now for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otter Tail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mamashinas. American Federal Bank. FM Bank. Service Food. Unsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches. Now let's head out for the pregame.
And good evening, everyone. We're live from Alexandria High School, where tonight we have a Central Lakes Conference boys basketball matchup. It's Otter boys basketball here tonight on Channel 977 FM. And we're also streaming live on the Fergus Now app and the KBRF YouTube channel. Otter boys basketball tonight. It's the Fergus Falls Otters at Alexandria Cardinals. Jason Retzloff with you here tonight on the broadcast. Dave Bishop taking care of the production on the live stream for us tonight. And the Otters come into this game 8-14, but Otters are a better team than that 8-14 record might indicate. 6-8 in Central Lakes play, and they've had a ton of competitive games this year, and have been rounding into form, have been getting better and better, and come into this one looking to bounce back from a up and down weekend, I should say. In fact, they played a great game, one of the best games of the year on Friday at home against Brainerd, and then played in Moorhead at the breakdown tournament against Central Cass. Played a very good first half, struggled to rebound, led at halftime, and then Central Cass went on a run to take the lead and end up beating them by 6, 84-78. We'll talk about that in a little more depth in a bit. But the Otters come into this one against Alexandria. Alexandria, an outstanding team. They are now in Class 4A after winning the state 3A championship a year ago. They're 15-5 on the season, and they're the number one team in the Central Lakes Conference with a 12-1 Central Lakes Conference record. The Cardinals coming off a loss. They lost at St. Cloud Apollo 78-72. That was last Thursday. But they were playing without one of their standout seniors, Talon Witt, and Talon, a player who's only played 7 games this season, so he's been out with an ankle injury a lot. He's going to be back tonight. He wasn't playing in their loss at St. Cloud Apollo. And Talon played the first time these two teams played in Fergus Falls. That was over a month ago on January 8th, where the Cardinals won at 94-61. In fact, Gavin Roderick, huge night, had 32 points, 3 assists. Talon's cousin, Mason Witt, had 27 points and 3 assists. Otters were led by Jacob Jentz with 16, Eston Bethel with 16, Nolan Fellstuhl with 11. But something to watch here it's been fun to see this Otter team the second time around against opponents, beating teams that they lost to earlier, or greatly improving maybe to a team that they lost to and being much more competitive the second time around. And we'll be looking to see if that's the case here tonight, as they have one of the toughest games on their schedule on the road at Alexandria here tonight. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at a little more deeper dive on the Otters games this past weekend, what the Cardinals did as well, as you are listening to Otter Boys Basketball on Channel 977, streaming live on the Fergus Now app and the KBRF YouTube channel. Back with more after this.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Unsted Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Unsted Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
And back here on the pregame show, Otter Boys basketball tonight on channel 977 FM. Also streaming live on the Fergus Now app and the KBRF YouTube channel. Otter girls basketball. Well, the boys are here tonight in Alexandria, at Alexandria. The Otter girls are at home tonight against Alexandria, so the team switching, flipping locations here. So we'll be interested in that one. And then it's playoff boys hockey with Wilmer at Fergus Falls tonight. And Mark Johnson has coverage of that one over on KJ Country. Bob Roars is at the Gold Gym with the Otter girls. Hopefully get updates aplenty here tonight on those. But mentioned the Otters coming into this game. Overall had a really good weekend. Couldn't quite pull it off on Saturday, but they played a great game on Friday against Brainerd. That was a 76-50 win that the Otters had. Just really a dominant night for Fergus Falls. They shot 54% from the field, and Eston Bethel had a huge night. Eston had 31 points. He had 20 in the first half, including 6 threes for the game. Micah Johnson had 16 points. And Jacob Jentz had 16 points and 15 rebounds to pace the Otters. Jacob Jentz has been a revelation for the Otters on the inside. And he had a great game in the afternoon on Saturday against Central Cass. So the Otters, it was a quick turnaround after playing Friday night. They had a 1 o'clock tip-off at Moorhead High School in the Breakdown Classic that both the Otter girls and boys played in back-to-back. And Otters got off to a great start. I was able to go to the game and see it, and really did a lot of things well in the first half. They took a double-digit lead, and then Central Cass just did, I don't have the rebounding numbers, but they dominated the boards and got to within 2. They went on a 13-0 run in the second half that allowed them to hold the Otters off for a win. 84-78 was the final. What a night what an afternoon for Jacob Jentz. 32 points, 7 rebounds. Eston Bethel had 17, and Micah Johnson had 15. Alexandria, mentioned, lost their most recent game. That was without Talon Witt, who will be playing tonight, 78-72 at St. Cloud Apollo. Brady Starzl led the way with 19 points. We got a few keys to the game that we're going to talk about here tonight. And a couple of the keys to the game, one of them is going to be rebounding. The Otters came off a weekend on Saturday against Central Cass where rebounding probably cost them the game. They did a lot of things well, like we mentioned, but Central Cass had so many second chance opportunities. So rebounding against a top-notch caliber team like Alexandria will be very important. Also turnover margin. Talking with Otter assistant coach Brad Strand before the game, he said that Alexandria, all their players are either 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio or better, even all the way up to 4-to-1. Usually 2-to-1 is the gold standard. They just take care of the basketball, so it's going to be important for the turnover margin not to be too big of a discrepancy, as anytime you turn the ball over to good teams, they're going to push the ball up in transition and get easy opportunities. The Otters, to be able to compete tonight and to hang with this great Alexandria team, they're going to have to take care of the basketball. So those are our keys to the game. And looks like everyone's up. We're about ready to go for the national anthem. And so we're going to take a break and come back with our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups here from Alexandria. So we will we'll go to break. It's Otter Boys basketball tonight on Channel 977. And we'll be back with our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups in just a moment.
A fresh shipment of brand new Buick Enclaves and Buick Envisions has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. If you've been waiting for the perfect SUV, now's your moment. The spacious, refined Buick Enclave with 3 rows of comfort and confidence. Or the sleek, stylish Buick Envision that is smart, smooth, and ready for where life takes you. Buick, exceptional by design.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
All right, we're back here at Alexandria High School. Otter boys basketball going up against the Alexandria Cardinals. And we're going to get right into our Nelson Auto Center starting lineup. Our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups. First for the Fergus Falls Otters. At guard, a 5'10 sophomore, 19 points, 5 assists per game. That's number 1, Eston Bethel. Another guard, 5'10 senior, 4 points per game, number 2, Cameron Wiedrick. Another guard, a 6-foot junior, 12 points per game, number 3, Nolan Fellstuhl. A guard, a 6'1 senior, 12 points, 4 assists, number 5, Micah Johnson. And at a forward, a 6'4 junior, 15.7 rebounds per game. That's number 21, Jacob Jentz. Matt Johnson, the head coach of the Fergus Falls Otters, assisted by Brad Strand, Ryan Johnson, and Taylor Foose. It's our Nelson Auto Center starting lineup. The lights just went out here. They're ready to introduce the Alexandria Cardinals. I talked with Cardinal coach Forrest Witt before the game, and Forrest wasn't sure who was going to start at this point. It's senior night, so they're going to change it up, and when we were able to talk to him, he wasn't quite sure. So we're going to try to follow along here as it comes out, as they come out, and they got the spotlight. Of course, the Spartans at M State, we claim to have the ultimate spotlight for many, many years, but pretty good operation they have here with a spotlight and a big screen to show a few clips before they get into it. And now it looks like they're getting ready to go to introduce, so we'll see. We can follow along who the starters are in this one for the Alexandria Cardinals. Cardinals are 15-5 on the year. They lead the Central Lakes Conference at 12-1. Starting senior number 2, a forward, Miles Gray. Then number 4, a senior guard, that's Talon Witt. Talon didn't play in their loss last week to Apollo. He's back in the lineup tonight after an ankle injury. Senior guard, number 5, Max Jansen, also in the lineup for the Cardinals. Then number 15, a senior forward. That's Thomas Hendricks. And then a senior guard, number 35, that's Gavin Broderick. Forrest Witt is the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, assisted by Tom Miller, Ty Granning, Nicholas Jansen, Jerry Witt, and Zach Witt. That is tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center on Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. All right, so yeah, different starting lineup than maybe expected. Mason Witt not in the starting lineup, but the Cardinals 7 seniors on their roster, and that's the 5 they're going with here tonight. Cardinals in red uniforms with the white letters and numbers. Otters in their road uniforms, white uniforms with maroon letters and numbers and gold trim. Nate Meisner, the official, will throw the ball into the air to start us off, as we are about ready to go. See if the Otters can keep that trend that they've been going of whether it's a game they can win or not tonight. We'll see if they can hang in there, but they've been improving the second time around against every team. The tip controlled by the Otters. Eston Bethel slashes to the hoop, couldn't get it to go, and the Cardinals have the basketball. Otters man-to-man defense here to start things off, and it's Talon Witt with the ball. Picks up his dribble, goes far side to Jansen. Now Witt over to Roderick. He can really shoot it. Three's in the air, rims out no good. Tipped around once, tipped around twice, and Jacob Jentz calls in the rebound for Fergus Falls. And now the Cardinals looking at a 1-2-2 half-court zone look. And now Wiedrich back to Johnson. Otters into the front court. Micah up top. Bounce pass across goes to Wiedrich. The Cardinals really extend that zone up high with Gavin Roderick with some size and length at the top. Felstool inside the ball, knocked away, tipped around. It's deflected out of bounds, and the Otters have their first turnover of the game. Mentioned turnover margin was a key tonight, but if you got to turn it over, you like the dead ball turnovers and not ones where the opponent can run out, and the Cardinals do have the basketball. Minute into the game, no score on our Park Region scoreboard. Here is Jansen with it up top. That's Talon Witt. Witt one dribble, flips it over to Henricks, and now it is Jansen. Over it goes, catch and fire. Witt for three, off the heel, no good. Ball tipped, and it's controlled by the Cardinals. Roderick the three, that's off the front of the rim. Another offensive rebound goes to Miles Gray, and the Cardinals getting multiple opportunities on the drive. A little floater in the lane is good. That's a nice floater by Miles Gray. That was kind of the theme of on Saturday with Central Cass, is that Otters got the shot to miss often on the first chance for their opponent, but they didn't get the offensive rebound, and Central Cass took advantage. Felstool, deep three straight on. That's no good. Long rebound, ricochets out of bounds, and it will go to the Cardinals. Alexandria with the early lead, 2-0 on our Park Region scoreboard. And it is Talon Witt with the basketball. Mason Witt has kind of been the big scorer throughout the year. There's a good give and go action or quick action. Witt slashes to the hoop, and an assist for Roderick, and now Roderick with the steal on the inbound. Three-pointer. Witt is good. And just like that, the Cardinals are up 7-0 on our Park Region scoreboard. Costly turnover there by the Otters. Giving it up, that led right to Witt's three. 7-0 Alexandria. Felstool dribbles up, comes back to Micah Johnson. Up. And Micah, couple dribbles left. Now the trap comes, and it's Wiedrich. Now Jentz, that's knocked away and stolen by Alexandria. And here come the Cardinals. 3 early Otter turnovers in this one as Roderick has it on the wing. In the middle, tipped by Jentz, knocked loose. It comes over to Henricks. Now it's Witt at the top of the key. Right-hand drive, scoops up the shot. That was a nice drive and a layup. And Matt Johnson is going to call a timeout. 7 in a row for Talon Witt, 9 in a row for the Cardinals to start off the game. And we will take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout, with the Cardinals leading 9-0. And mentioned, well, we had 2 keys of the game. One was rebounding, and one was turnovers, and both have been costly for the Otters. The first basket the Cardinals got was after at least a couple offensive rebounds that kept the possession alive, and then Fergus Falls has turned it over 3 different times. One of them that led directly into getting Talon Witt open for 3, and he knocked it down, and then had a drive to the basket for a layup, and it's 9-0. Alexandria with the lead, and Talon Witt, Forrest Witt, that's Talon's uncle, the head coach. He said that Talon's only played in 7 of the Cardinals' 20 games this year, has had an ankle injury that's kept him out. He did play the first time the Otters and Alexandria played on January 8th. He didn't play in the loss against Apollo on Thursday, but he's in the lineup, and he's looking effective here in the early going. Otters into the front court against the pressure, swings it over to Bethel. Eston penetrates, drives, goes up, and he draws the foul. So Eston goes up, and he's going to get to the free throw line to shoot 2. Good quick drive, splitting the defense from the top. And Miles Gray will pick up the first foul of the game. And Eston Bethel, the Otters' leading scorer on the year at 19 points per game, will shoot 2. And his free throw is in and out, no good. Eston is a 64% free throw shooter on the year. And now Mason Witt's going to come into the game, and Mason is a prolific scorer for the Cardinals as Thomas Hendricks comes out. And the free throw by Eston is good. Otters get their first point in the game. 9-1 is the score. And here are the Cardinals with Mason Witt now in the corner. Swings it to Roderick. Roderick dribbles to the free throw line there. He kicks it back out. Now the ball goes behind the Cardinals, but it's picked up by Talon Witt. Dumps it off. Layup is good for Miles Gray. The penetration broke the Otters down. Talon Witt gets the assist, and it's 11-1. Cardinals by 10 on the Park Region scoreboard. Otters up the right side, tipped and saved by Witt. What a great defensive play. And here come the Cardinals now off the turnover. Layup is no good by Talon Witt. Ball tipped around, and it is controlled by Micah Johnson. Otters dodged one there. Looks like a layup there for the Cardinals. Here's Felstool, catch and fire, three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. And it's Mason Witt with a rebound for Alexandria. Witt with the ball. Over it goes. Now Roderick to the left baseline, lose it, knocked away, and loose ball. And it's still tipped around, and now Felstool comes up with a good job by Bethel jarring that one loose. That's the first turnover of the game for the Cardinals. Eston on the drive. Pivots away from B, tipped away and stolen. Length and athleticism for the Cardinals. And now Witt pulls up. Three-pointer is good. Talon Witt with 10 already and a pair of threes. And it's 14-1. The Cardinals with the lead. 1-2-2. Full court zone pressure from the Cardinals. Jacob Jentz bounce pass up the right side to Wiedrich. And Cam dribbles it out across to Micah Johnson. In the middle, Jentz over to Wiedrich. Penetrates, goes up, right hand layup, doesn't get it to go. Tipped by Jentz, that's no good. And then it's Gray with a rebound for the Cardinals. Pretty good tip by Jentz, couldn't get it to go. Of course, one of the things too, Otters, as there's a pull-up three by Roderick, and that's good. Off a ball screen, got his rhythm. That's Roderick's first basket. He had 32 against the Otters on January 8th, and it's 17-1 on our Park Region scoreboard as Bethel is fouled against the pressure. Eli Fullhart is in for Fergus Falls. Cam Wiedrich is out. Otters have been playing almost the entire season other than the first few games without Trenton Joulard, 6'4 junior. You talk about someone who's athletic and someone who can rebound. That would be a guy who could really be a boost, and just waiting to see if there's a chance Trenton could possibly come back. We'll see if that materializes at all. And he's been working out, and would love to see him, after suffering such an unfortunate injury, get back into action. There's Jacob Jentz on the drive, left shoulder turn, couldn't get it to go. And Miles Gray with his fourth rebound already of the game. Pull-up three is in the air, no good by Mason Witt. And Eli Fullhart with the Otter rebound. 17-1, the Cardinals with the lead. Bethel pull-up three off the heel, long rebound. Fullhart is able to track it down for the Otters. They bring it back out to Bethel. Here's Eston. Ball screen from Jentz, goes over to Johnson. Corner, Felstool into the post. Jentz spins right, gathers, goes up. Nice move by Jacob Jentz. He draws the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot two. His footwork has been so impressive. His ability to drop step, go either way, fake one way, come back to his right. And his good footwork gets him a trip to the free throw line, and it is Miles Gray who picks up his second personal, third team foul. And Jacob's free throw's up and good. First point of the game for Jacob Jentz. Gray with two fouls comes out. Coming in for Alexandria is Grady Starzl, the junior. Jacob Jentz, he's a 68% free throw shooter. And the second one is good. He makes both. 17-3. Cardinals with the lead. 12:15 to play in the first half. Here's Mason with step back deep. NBA three, rattles it home. Good rhythm there for Mason Witt, and he has his first field goal. Cardinals have 4 threes already, and it's 20-3. Now some full court pressure. Fullhart with it. Otters got to get it over. Almost turn it over. Bethel saves it, but saves it right into the hands of Starzl. Here come the Cardinals. Another pull-up three. Witt in transition. There's another one for Mason Witt. And those were not from your standard three-point area. They were deep And the Cardinals already lead by 20. It's 23-3. Bethel shot on the baseline over the basket. Mason Witt with the rebound. And here he comes. He wants another one. Step back, 3 in the air. 3 is good. And Mason Witt all of a sudden putting on a show with 3 consecutive threes on 3 consecutive possessions. And Matt Johnson calls a timeout as it is all Cardinals here in the early going. 26-3, Alexandria with the lead on our Park Region scoreboard. So we'll take a break. We'll be back with more Otter boys basketball after this.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
And we're back here in Alexandria. Lake Region Healthcare timeout, 26-3. The Cardinals all over the Otters here in the early going. Of course, you got a Cardinal team that's made 6 threes in the first 6.5 minutes of the game. It's one thing, you're playing a really good team, but then when they shoot the lights out and make NBA threes like Mason Witt has on the last 3 possessions, it's really hard. But the Otters got to do a better job rebounding and taking care of the ball. Good pass by Bethel underneath. Jacob Jentz gets the basket and one. Now a little baby step for the Otters. They get their first field goal of the game. Good pass by Eston. Jentz now with 4 points. That foul is on Grady Starzl, his first team 4th. And Jacob Jentz to the free throw line where he's 2 for 2. Fellstuhl's out. Wiedrich is back in. Jacob makes the free throw. He's got 5 of the Otters 6 points here to start things off. And it's now 26-6. Alexandria up by 20. There's a 3-pointer left side by Roderick. No good. Tip by Johnson and corralled by Micah. Then up the right side it goes to Wiedrich. Back to Bethel to Johnson. Over to Fullhart. Now it's Eston Bethel. Man-to-man defense here from the Cardinals. They were in that zone, 1-2-2 zone. They're in man-to-man here now. Here's Bethel, 3-pointer off the heel from the far side. Weak side board goes to Blake Scholl, who checked in on that most recent dead baller during that timeout a moment ago. Now the ball almost stolen by Bethel. Roderick comes up with it, but he drives, goes right to the basket, and the layup is good. Once Bethel went for it and didn't get it, Roderick with his size penetrating easily gets to the basket. He's got 5, and it's 28-6. Alexandria with the lead. Bethel passes behind Johnson and goes out of bounds, and the zone pressure causing problems for the Otters here. And 7 turnovers for Fergus Falls. Cardinals with the ball. Otter girls at home against Alexandria. See if we can get some updates in a bit there. 3-pointer left open. 3-pointer is good. That was Blake Scholl. And the Cardinals with 7 threes already in the first 7+ minutes of the game. Bullet pass Wiedrich up the floor. Jentz spins right shoulder. Goes up. He's blocked by Scholl, and the rebound to Starzl. Starzl in transition. Roderick open. 3-pointer again is good. Good play by Starzl, pushing it up, found his shooter. Roderick with 8 threes in the game for the Cardinals already. And it's 34-6, Alexandria with the lead. Here's Fullhart, his pass deflected, knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Otters. Miles Gray is back in for the Cardinals as Starzl comes out. And Bethel will inbound near the near side corner. Gets it into Jentz, back to Eston, and his pass, dangerous pass. Johnson has it though. Micah scoops up the left-hand finger roll, no good. Scholl the rebound. Lead pass up to Roderick, gets by Wiedrich, dumps it off. They kick it out, 3-pointer. Hendricks is open, that's off the heel as the Cardinals finally miss a 3. And Wiedrich with a weak side rebound for the Otters. Here's Wiedrich. Over it goes to Micah Johnson, across to Jacob Jentz. And here's Jacob. Knocked away briefly, gets it back underneath Micah Johnson, lays it up and in. Good job by Jacob. Had it knocked away, kept his composure, found Micah under the hoop. Micah's first basket of the game, and it's 34-8. Cardinals up big. Now the pass is intended for Scholl, goes off of Scholl and out of bounds. Second Cardinal turnover of the game. Felstuhl's in, Fullhart is out. Starzl back in for the Cardinals as Scholl comes out. 9:05 to play, first half. And looks like Jacob Jentz is going to have to come out, maybe a little blood. So it'll be Isaac Mock getting his first action of the night, 6'2 senior. Well, Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery, and the Otters pass in the backcourt is tipped and goes out of bounds. It will stay with Fergus Falls. Cardinals with a 1-2-2 full court zone pressure. They got athleticism, they got length, makes it tough to move the ball around, and now Johnson almost has it stolen. Micah gets it back over to Bethel. Eston's got to get into the front court. He does. Across to Wiedrich. Cam catches, shoots the three off the heel. Ball tipped around. Bethel saves it. Nope. Eston, as he tried to save it, stepped on the end line, and it will go to Alexandria. (34-8). Cardinals with the lead, and it's Mason Witt who had quite a flurry of 3 consecutive threes, deep threes, a while back. And he'll step back. That's a good 28 feet. Step back, and he hits it. What a shooting exhibition by Mason Witt. And these are not your standard threes. That was literally 27 feet as the Cardinals turn the ball, get the steal, and the Otters are going to commit their first foul of the game. I mean, and he can shoot it out deep, but at some point you tip your hat if you're going to shoot out at the volleyball line out there. And quite a performance there by Mason Witt shooting the ball. First free throws of the game for the Cardinals is no good by Roderick. The Otters' first foul of the game was on Micah Johnson. And Jentz now got patched up, and he'll come in. Mock will come out. 37-8, Cardinals up by 29 here with 8:16 to play first half. Second free throw by Roderick is good. He has 9 points now. Well, it looks like we got Gavin Roderick. We didn't know that was coming, but Gavin Roderick gets his 1,000th point. So they're stopping the game for a moment to congratulate Gavin Roderick, the standout junior. So getting 1,000th point as a junior here. And he just went up the stands. He give family a hug. Looks like the game ball is being preserved for him, and we'll get the game back going here in just a moment. 38-8 is the score. All Cardinals here. Otters only have 2 field goals. And they're taking care of cleaning up something on the floor down on the Otters side over there. But Roderick now with 9 points in the game. Mason Witt has 12. Talon Witt has 10. And the Cardinals have 9 threes in the game. And we're not even 10 minutes into the game. It's 8:16 to go. Final score in Park Rapids tonight. Pelican Rapids boys, they defeat Park Rapids 72-60. And then Underwood is leading Battle Lake 41-30 at the half. See a bunch of games out there. We'll update as many as we can on our area teams. Otters break the pressure. Well, now Bethel, he's double teamed, and he leaps in the air, indecision, and came down and loses it out of bounds. If he would have reached to grab it, it would have been a travel. And 9 turnovers for Fergus Falls here. And here is Mason Witt with the ball. Over it goes. Gray, Roderick, deep 3 left side, in and out and in. That's how it goes. How it's going for the Cardinals. That one rattled out and then came back in, and Roderick's got 3 threes. And the Cardinals have 10 threes already, and they lead at 41-8. Here's Eston Bethel. Bounce pass, it goes to Felstuhl. Now Wiedrich back to Nolan. Over to Bethel, almost stolen. Now Eston left to right on the drive. Probes his way into lane, goes up and hits the 10-footer. Good patient move there by Eston Bethel. 3 in the game for Eston. 41-10 Cardinals. Roderick zips it back in the lane. The shot by Gray curls around, no good. And Bethel with the rebound. Here comes Eston. Quickly gathers, goes up, finishes. Good strong move. Taking on his defender, which was Thomas Henricks one-on-one, and Eston now with 4 in a row and 5 points. And it's 41-12 Cardinals. Roderick kicks it. Witt wants another 3. In and out, no good. That one was halfway down, and Micah Johnson gets the rebound for the Otters. Here comes Micah. Jump stop in the lane. Kicks back out to Bethel. Now to Jacob Jentz. And Jentz one dribble. Pivots away from the D. Comes to Johnson. And here's Micah. 6:40 to play first half. Man-to-man defense for the Cardinals. Wiedrich gets it to Jentz just inside the arc, far side. Jacob going to work. Turns, steps in, comes back to his right shoulder, fades, and block contact, no call, and Starzl comes up with a rebound. Here come the Cardinals. They kick it back out. It is Witt. That's Mason. Right-hand drive, dumps it underneath. Henricks turns away, comes out to Roderick. Left-hand drive, goes up, bank shot, no good, puts it back up. That doesn't go. Tipped around, he gets it again, and now he puts it back up and in. Took him a couple tries, but Gavin Roderick finishes. He's got 14 in the game to lead all scores. It's 43-12. Cardinals with the lead. As Bethel to Johnson. As the Cardinals get into that zone when they are able to make a shot. Bethel for 3. In and out, no good. And the rebound gathered by Henricks for Alexandria. Cardinals into the front court. Roderick, hesitation, move, tough floating shot, gets it to go. Roderick continues his onslaught as he now has 16, and there's a foul in the backcourt. Quite an impressive performance by the Cardinals. Of course, they're bolstered by getting Talon Witt back into the lineup. Also bolstered by making a ton of shots, which is something you can't always control. Of course, you can be a good shooting team, but they are just lighting it up tonight with 10 threes already, leading the Otters 45-12. 5:20 to play first half. Feldstuhl near side to Wiedrich. Cam Wiedrich, couple dribbles left, back out, it's Bethel. Eston Bethel, right-hand drive, gets to the hoop. Nice little, got a long ways on his last dribble there. Did a nice job getting to the hoop. Eston now leads the Otters with 7, and it's 45-14. Witt step back 3, that's no good. And Micah Johnson with his 4th rebound of the game for the Otters. Up it goes to Bethel. Eston, left-hand drive, kicks it across. Going to be a blocking foul on the Cardinals. And that'll be on Blake Scholl, his first. And that'll be the 16th foul. Fullhart back in for Fergus Falls. Wiedrich comes out. Otters box end out. And Bethel comes to Feldstuhl far side. Now back to Eston, working his way in against Scholl. Now in a little bit of trouble. Got to get rid of it. Got to get out of the lane. It gets it back Feldstuhl. Nolan catches, fires, three-pointer. Rims out, no good. Scholl with a rebound for Alexandria. Witt, across it goes. Gets Ty Miller into the game for the first time on that last dead ball. Max Jansen also checked back in. Here's Scholl, three-pointer left wing. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Henricks, though, the weak side rebound, kicks it out. There's a 3 for Talon Witt. Bounces a couple times and didn't go. And Jentz with the Otter rebound. 4:15 to play. First half, 45-14, all Cardinals. Bethel penetrates, and he draws the foul. That's going to get the Otters into the bonus and Eston to the free throw line. Our first update from the Gold Gym. Good start for the Otter girls. They are up 18-15 on Alexandria with 4 minutes to play in the first half. Well, the Otters girls, if I remember right, the first time they played Alexandria, as Eston Bethel makes the free throw, they got off to a good start and then it had a real good first half. They might have led, or I know they were leading for a lot of it, and then I think the Cardinals wore them down in the second half. So we'll see how that materializes, but a good start for the Otter girls against a very good Alexandria team, leading 18-15. Bethel's second free throw is good. So Eston getting it going offensively. He's got 9, and it's 45-16. Cardinals with the lead, and here's Ty Miller. He swings it over to Talon Witt, back to Miller, left-hand baseline drive. Help comes, they kick it back out. And now Roderick to Scholl. Here's Miller again. Miller dribbles right, comes over to Talon Witt. Penetrates, goes up, good finish there by Talon Witt with the right hand. And Talon, he scored a bunch early, and now he's back on the board again. He's got a he's got a dozen, and it's 47-16. Now the Otters throw it away. Full Heart's pass is behind Fellstool, and the Otters turn it over for the 10th time here in this game with 3:37 to play in the half. Cardinals with the ball, and it's Talon Witt handling it up top. Near side wing, Roderick given space, shoots the three, no good. Fellstool with a weak side rebound, gets it to Bethel. And here comes Eston over to Full Heart, shot fake. Eli dumps it. Nice pass by Full Heart underneath, and the layup is good by Jentz. Eli had a shot fake, got his defender in the air, and took one dribble, really made a nice pass to Jentz for two. Jacob with 7, 47-18. Cardinals leading. Here's Miller over to Talon Witt. Fakes left, comes back right. Bounce pass to Scholl, back to Witt. Open three-pointer, far corner, no good. Long rebound comes to Jentz, and the Otters have the ball. And Eston, left-hand drive, comes back in lane, dumps it off. Easy layup for Jentz. And it's 2 for the Otters. Getting that in transition, give Eston his second assist of the game. And Jentz and Bethel each with 9 points in the game, 47-20. And up top, it's Roderick. He's got the three open. That's off the heel. Another rebound for Jacob Jentz, his 5th of the game, and he gets it over to Micah Johnson. And Micah, bounce pass far side to Jentz. And Jacob, couple dribbles, right hands back to Micah. Left-hand drive for Johnson, goes up off the glass, too strong. Tipped out of bounds. It went off of Jentz, and the Cardinals will gain possession. Miles Gray back in for the Cardinals. Scholl comes out. Cam Wiedrich back in for the Otters as Fellstool comes out. And the Cardinals with the ball. Bounce pass comes to Gray, hands off to Mason Witt. Penetrates in the lane, left-hand drive, goes up and finishes. Hesitated a little bit at the beginning, but took it hard right to the hoop. That's Mason's first 2-point field goal of the night to go along with 4 threes. He's got 14. And it's 49-20 Cardinals. Eston Bethel over the timeline to Wiedrich. Jentz in the corner, back to Cam. 1-3-1 zone. The trap comes up top. Now it's Bethel. Eston, right-hand drive. He's going to get all the way to the basket. Couldn't get the layup to go, and the rebound goes to Gray. That's one that Eston usually finishes, but unable to that time. And here are the Cardinals with it. Left-hand dribble for Miller. And now it's Roderick. Witt wasn't expecting it, but he catches it at the left elbow, retreats back out with Full Heart guarding him. Otters man-to-man defense. And here is Witt, steps back, three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good, and Full Heart comes up with the rebound for the Otters. Approaching the 1-minute mark, we're at 1:07 to play, first half. Bethel penetrating, jump stop, little fade away from 12 feet, tough shot, Eston hits it. That wasn't an easy shot, and Eston little fade away. And he's got 11. First Otter in double figures, 49-22, Cardinals lead. And here is Mason Witt. Swings it over to Roderick. Gavin Roderick just became a member of the 1,000 point club tonight. Over it goes, three-pointer in the corner for Miller. That's no good. Another rebound for Eli Full Heart, giving the Otters a boost on the boards with 4 rebounds. Now Micah Johnson on the drive, goes up, going to be tied up, I believe. Yep, it will be a jump ball, and possession arrow will send it back to Alexandria. Cardinals up big, 49-22 on our Park Region scoreboard. And handling the basketball is sophomore Ty Miller for the Cardinals. Otters man-to-man defense, and the Cardinals, yeah, they can hold it for the last shot here. The shot clock is off. And it's Miller way up top. We're at the 10-second mark. Miller right-hand drive. Otters have fouls to give if they'd like to do that. Witt steps back. Mason over to Roderick. Left-hand drive goes up. Contact, no call. Misses over the basket. Micah Johnson with the rebound. Launches it up from full court, and it's short. And that'll be the end of the first half. Quite an impressive performance for the Alexandria Cardinals, shooting the basketball and forcing turnovers. Mentioned before that the Cardinals rarely turn it over. They only turned it over 2 times in this first half, and they lead the Otters here at the half, 49-22 on our Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard. So we'll take a break. We got our Minnesota Motor halftime report coming up in just a few minutes. You'll like the way they do business. That's Minnesota Motor on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. So we will take a break, and we'll be back with our Minnesota Motor halftime report in just a moment.
The 2025 model year closeout sale continues at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have 2 remaining Buick Envistas that would definitely cheer up your winter blues. With these great deals, you can get into a new, sporty, reliable vehicle for just over $25,000. Buick, exceptional by design.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
And we're back here. Alexandria High School, Otter boys basketball tonight. Jason Retzloff with you, and Dave Bishop on the taking care of the live stream action. Streaming live on the Fergus Now app and the KBRF YouTube channel. We're on the radio on channel 977 FM. And an impressive performance, as we mentioned, the Cardinals of Alexandria leading 49-22 at the half. This is our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. And from the get-go, it was all Cardinals. They jumped out and scored 17 of the first 18 points of the game. Jumped out at 17-1. Talon Witt, who had been out for the standout seniors, one of the standout seniors for the Cardinals. He had been out for with an ankle injury, and in fact only played in 7 games. He came out and scored 7 of the first 9 for the Cardinals to jump out to a 9-0 lead. And the standout guard Mason Witt, who usually starts, he's been a prolific scorer for the Cardinals for many years. He came off the bench. The Cardinals had senior night. They mixed up their lineup to give some other seniors a start. And Mason Witt came off the bench, and he had one stretch where he hit 3 threes in a row, and they were all NBA. And in fact, all 4 of his threes. The 4th one was from literally 27 feet, I think, right up by the volleyball line up there. And he came off the bench and put on a shooting exhibition. And then Gavin Roderick, the other standout junior, he led the Cardinals with 16 first half points. He had 3 threes, and he got his 1,000th career point. So the Cardinals had a lot of things going for them. They turned the Otters over, especially early in the half when they were able to build that big lead. Their 1-2-2 full court zone pressure not only caused problems for the Otters in the full court, but it was just Otters haven't quite figured out how to attack that, and had some issues passing the ball at times. And the Cardinals, they extended out high. They extended all the way out towards half court. They'll trap. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. You just don't quite know what's coming. They've done a good job defensively. It was good to see the Otters get it going. Eston Bethel got in a groove, able to get out and penetrate and attack a little bit. And Jacob Jentz finishing a few times on the inside. But the story has been the Cardinals shooting the basketball. They have 10 threes here at the half, and they lead it 49-22 on our Park Region scoreboard. So we're going to take another break here. It's our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. And we'll be back with more Otter boys basketball after this.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here, our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. And Alexandria leading the Fergus Falls Otters in boys basketball 49-22. Let's take a look at the stats. And the Cardinals, 3 players in double figures. They're 3 standout seniors. 16 points for Gavin Roderick to lead all scorers, including 3 threes. 14 for Mason Witt, who has 4 threes. And Talon Witt has a dozen. He's got a pair of threes. Then it's Miles Gray with 4 and Blake Scholl with 3. Cardinals are led on the boards by Miles Gray with 5. And it's 3 rebounds apiece for Blake Scholl, Thomas Hendricks, and Mason Witt. And on the assists, it is Gavin Roderick leading the Cardinals with 2. On the Otters side, only 3 players in the scoring column for Fergus Falls. Essen Bethel has 11 and Jacob Jentz with 9. So Jentz and Bethel with 20 of the Otters' 22. Micah Johnson has the other basket. Micah with 2 points in the game. Micah Johnson, Jacob Jentz lead the Otters with 5 rebounds. Eli Fullhart with 4 rebounds coming off the bench. And Essen Bethel leads Fergus Falls with assists with 2. Alexandria has out-rebounded Fergus Falls 20-17. Big turnover edge for Alexandria. Only 2 Cardinal turnovers, 11 for Fergus Falls. The Cardinals with 19 first-half field goals, more than half from behind the arc. They have 10 threes, and the Cardinals 1 for 2 from the line. Conversely, the Otters only 8 field goals. They have not made a 3 yet, and they are 6 for 7 from the line as the Cardinals have led or have never trailed in this game. They lead at 49-22 here at the half. This is our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. And let's take a look at the scores we got here. We mentioned that the Otter girls, at one point late in the first half, they were up 18-15. But the tide turned there. Cardinals went on a run and lead at 30 Alexandria leading the Otter girls 30-25 at the half. So 30-25, Alexandria leading the Otter girls. Great challenge for the Otter girls tonight. See if they can come back in that second half. Other games, let's go to the boys basketball scoreboard. In Class A, Pelican Rapids wins at Park Rapids tonight 72-63. 12 minutes left in the second half. It is Underwood leading Battle Lake 53-34. And Perham beats Norman County East Ulen Hitterdal 75-65 is the final there. Over at Hillcrest Lutheran Academy in Fergus Falls, the Comets leading at halftime over West Central area. The score there is 39-24. And let's see any double-A scores here. Yeah, we got the Perham one. Barnesville is hosting Breckenridge tonight. No scoring update there. Let's go over on the girls basketball side. We mentioned the Otters trailing Alexandria at home at half 30-25. Pelican Rapids wins at home against Wadena Deer Creek 59-47. Other scores, Lake Park Audubon defeats Battle Lake tonight 69-36. It was Brandon Evansville winning at Henning 69-39. And then big matchup in Section 6A girls basketball. 2 of the top 3 teams there, Breckenridge and Underwood. And with 7 minutes left in the first half in Breckenridge, the Cowgirls leading the Rockets 28-19. That's 7 minutes to go in the first half. West Central area is at Montevideo. No scoring update there. As there's our scoring update, as that'll put an end to our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. If you like the way they do business, that's Minnesota Motor on South Peb Lake Road in Fergus Falls. Otters with possession. Good cut by Micah Johnson. Couldn't make the layup. Now there's a scramble for the loose ball, and the Otters hustle after it, and they come up with it. And now officials will blow the whistle here, and Jacob Jentz is slow to get up. It's almost like he's, I don't know if he got, yeah, I don't have the angle here, but he's getting tended to. I don't know if he got cut or what, but his back is to us. So Jacob Jentz getting attended to. Matt Johnson is out as they're trying to figure it out. So we'll just keep it right here. Hopefully Jacob will be all right, and they can get him taken care of here. Well, what the issue is, but it looks like they're tending to something on his face, maybe his nose. Yeah, got hit on the nose, and bleeding pretty good. And now Jacob walking off the floor. And now they'll come out and clean up the floor here. Well, Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. While they're cleaning up the floor, we got college basketball tomorrow night right here on Channel 977 FM. It's the Spartan men home finale. This is the last week of the season for Spartan men. They host Rochester Community and Technical College, and it'll be on Channel 977. And that is a 6:30 tip-off, so Bob Roars will be on the air a few minutes before that one gets going. 6:30 tip-off at the M-State Gym with Rochester at M-State. Coming up for these two teams, the Otters will play next on Thursday at home against Sauk Rapids Rice. We'll have coverage of that over on News Talk 1250 KBRF. It will be good to have Nick Keel on the call. Nick's coaching with the Otter girls right now, but the Otter girls don't play, and we'll get Nick on the mic for that one on Thursday with the Otter boys hosting Sauk Rapids Rice. 7 o'clock pregame, 7:15 tip. Alexandria, they will play next on Thursday, and they will be at Brainerd. That's what they have coming up. All right, we get everything cleaned up here. Still a little bit of a delay. Yeah, they're coming back up with another towel. Maybe it didn't quite get cleaned up quite to the level that was needed. Score is 49-22. We're only 16 seconds into the second half. Alexandria with the lead. The Cardinals made 10 threes in the first half and lit it up, especially in that first 9 minutes. I think they had 9 threes in the first 9.5 minutes of the game, and then cooled off to some extent later in the half. You got it taken care of. It's all cleaned up. We're ready to go. The Otters have the basketball. Good hustle by the Otters to track down that rebound that got tipped around. And Otters with the ball. Goes over to Eston Bethel. Double team comes. Now back to Micah Johnson. And Micah to Felstool. Nolan deep three left side. Nolan Felstool knocks down the three. Good to see Nolan get one to go. And it's 49-25. Nolan's first field goal of the game. Otters man-to-man defense. Mason Witt skips it across. And here's Talonwood on the drive. Left-hand scoop. Rims out. Halfway down. No good. Offensive rebound by Gray, but he's stripped by Eston Bethel. Eston, Euro step, goes up. He's blocked by Jansen. And the rebound comes to Mason Witt. He kicks it over to Talonwood. Now it's Roderick. Full heart is on him as Jentz came out of the game. Try to get taken care of with the trainer there after that contact there. And now the lob pass. Good pass from Talonwood. Finds Gray open for the bucket. And it's now 51-25. Gray with 6 points in the game. Otters working against the pressure. Here's Bethel now. Into the front court goes to Wiedrich. Wiedrich over to Johnson. Micah shoots the three. That's no good. And the rebound deflects off the hand of Jansen out of bounds, and the Otters will get the basketball. 16:33 to play in the game, and Eston Bethel will throw it in the far deep corner. Eston lobs it up to Micah Johnson. 1-2-2 zone, trapping zone that the Cardinals use. Bethel, good cut by Felstool. Layup is good. Nice pass by Eston, and really a nice slashing cut for Felstool. And Nolan's got all 5 of the Otters' second half points, 51-27. Cardinals with the lead in the corner. On the drive, Talon Witt zips the pass straight on 3 for Jansen. That's good. Max Jansen hits the 3. That's the 11th 3 of the game for the Cardinals. And really excellent heady play by Talon Witt, driving the baseline and just found the shooter. Those 3-point shots that get passed from low straight out are the best looks, and he knocked it down. As on the other end, the Cardinals commit a foul. Good to see Jacob Jentz ready to come back in the game. Wiedrich will come out. And that foul is on Max Jansen, his second. First foul of the second half. 54-27, Cardinals with the lead. Here's Micah Johnson, pass fake. Over it goes to Bethel against the 1-2-2 zone. Bethel, turnaround jumper from 15 feet, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Talon Witt of the Cardinals. Here's Witt, right to left on the drive. Kicks it across in the corner. Jansen, he wants another 3. That's no good. And Nolan Felstool with a rebound. Here comes Micah Johnson now. On the drive, Jentz scoops it up, curls it around and in. Good drive there by Jacob Jentz. He's now in double figures with 11, and it's 54-29. And over on the far side, now slashing to the hoop is Gray. It's deflected out by Jentz. Halftime score in Breckenridge in girls basketball in that one of the top matchups of the night. Breckenridge leading Underwood 41-28 at the half. 3-pointer in the corner is up. No good for Jansen. Ball tipped. And coming up with the rebound is Nolan Felstool, his 4th of the game for the Otters. Here comes Nolan. Over it goes to Johnson. Micah backs his way into the lane. Bounce pass to Felstool. Nolan for 3, and he hits it. And you give Nolan any space, and he's going to knock it down. He's been just a great shooter for the Otters this year. 38% from 3 coming in, hits that one. There's a 3 for Mason Witt, no good. Good rebound by Eli Fullhart. Otters getting their footing here a little bit, trailing 54-32. Good job by Jentz to save it from being a turnover. And now Bethel on the drive. Reverse layup is no good, and the rebound goes to Talon Witt. Another one that Eston, so often you see him makes. Maybe a little bit of, got bumped off a little bit on the drive. But the Cardinals get the rebound. They have the ball. And here's Talon Witt near side. Otters man-to-man D. Slashing free throw line area is Mason Witt. 15-footer, no good. Another nice rebound by Eli Fullhart, who leads the Otters with 6 here in the game. Micah Johnson, right-hand drive, trying to go coast to coast. Left-hand layup is good. Micah with 4. Otters competing here. It's 54-34. Cardinals by 20 with 13:45 to play in the game. And left-hand dribble, here is Gray over to Roderick. Roderick left-hand drive, puts it up, rims around no good, gets the offensive rebound, putback is good, and he draws the foul. And Gavin Roderick, a little quiet in the second half, gets the basket and the foul. That foul's on Jacob Jentz, his first, team first. Hendricks back in for the Cardinals as Jansen comes out. And Roderick, who has 18 points in the game to lead all scorers. Free throw is good. He's got 19. (57-34), Cardinals by 23. Otters break the pressure. It's Fullhart in the far corner. Eli bounce pass, and that was deflected out by Hendricks. Dangerous pass there from Fullhart in the corner, but it will stay with Fergus Falls. And Bethel will inbound. Here's Eston, gets it in his pass deflected, and the Cardinals able to steal it as Talon Witt came up with the ball. 12th Otter turnover. But the good news is that's the first Otter turnover in the second half, almost 5 minutes in. So improvements being made for the Otters here in the second half, as now it is Talon Witt with the ball. Skips it all the way across Mason Witt, fakes left, step back, 3-pointer in the air, it's good. He just does such a good job of getting space. And he jabbed in, step back, and the distance doesn't matter with him. And Mason with 17, including 5 threes in the game, and it's 60-34. Jacob Jentz to the baseline, double team, Felstool in the middle. Johnson in the corner, Fullhart three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. And Henricks box out Gents to get the rebound for Alexandria. Up it goes, deep three, Roderick on the other side, that's no good. And Nolan Fellstool, been doing a good job on the boards here for the Otters in the second half, gets the rebound. And here's Jacob Gents going to work against Mason Witt. Left shoulder jump hook in the lane is good. Good action there from Gents. Had the one-on-one, the size advantage. And Jacob now leads the Otters with 13. And it's 60-36 on the Park Region scoreboard. Alexandria with the lead. Witt on the drive goes up, got a little bit deep under the hoop, but he is bumped and fouled. And Talon Witt to the line to shoot two. Eli Fullhart, his first personal, second team foul on the Otters. Talon Witt to the line, his first trip to the free throw line tonight. In fact, the Cardinals have only shot 3 free throws tonight, and that one is up and good. Talon Witt with 13 in the game. Wiedrich back in for the Otters, and Fellstool will come out. Nolan's had a real nice second half, 8 points here in the second half, and like I said, rebounding the ball as well. He'll get a break. And Witt, free throw is good. 14 for Talon Witt, 62-36. Cardinals up big. And the full court zone pressure coming. It comes into Bethel. And Eston trying to dribble up the right side. There's a reach in. Oh, wait, he stepped out of bounds. Looked like there was some contact there. And Matt Johnson wondering about that one. And it looked like, my perspective there looked like there was some contact. But Eston stepped out. It'll be a turnover on the Otters. Their 13th of the game. And they inbound to Roderick into the post. The ball tipped out. They tried to get it to Starzl, who had just checked in. Fullhart tipped it out of bounds. And the Cardinals will throw it in the corner in front of their own bench. And it comes in now. It's going to go all the way in the backcourt, and it's going to go out of bounds. So a rare turnover for the Cardinals. And that is their 4th turnover of the game. Mentioned that the Cardinals' assist-to-turnover ratio has just been outstanding, with most of their guys in that 2-to-1, even as far as 4-to-1 range. Unbelievable job of taking care of the ball is what they do. As Otters inbound, facing pressure, and the Otters turn it over. Wiedrich was double-teamed, miscommunication between where he was cutting with Micah Johnson, or Micah was cutting, and it goes out of bounds. 14 Otter turnovers, 11:55 to play in the game, 62-36, Alexandria with the lead. And inbound, it comes in. Cardinals got off to a huge lead of 29. Might have been more. And the inside, Gray misses the shot. Bethel with the rebound. Otters have steadied out, though, playing some better basketball. Bethel to the hoop. He's rejected by Roderick. And the rebound comes out to Henricks. Here come the Cardinals in transition. Layup is good for Miles Gray. Yeah, that block shot was a perfect outlet pass for the Cardinals, and they just took it out in transition and finished with Gray, who's got 8 points. 64-36, Alexandria with the lead. Over it goes to Johnson, now Wiedrich. And Fullhart, and now his pass goes into the backcourt and now goes out of bounds, and the Cardinals will get it. So now the Otters starting to turn it over again. Fullhart against that zone left his feet, and once you leave your feet, you got to know where you're going or make a good, quick decision. And Eli just got caught in no man's land there, and it's out of bounds. The Cardinals will get it. Fullhart will come out of the game. Fellstool is back in. Cardinals, they come into Mason Witt, who's got 5 threes in the game. Over to Gray, hands it off. It's Starzl now. Now Roderick. Roderick, he'll shoot the deep 3, guarded 3, and he gets it to go. 22 for Roderick to lead all scores. That's the 13th 3 for the Cardinals. And now they have, I didn't keep track of it, this could be their biggest lead of the game, 67-36 on our Park Region scoreboard. Wiedrich on the other end is fouled. And that foul is going to be on Grady Starzl, his team second. Scholl back in for Alexandria as Roderick will come out. Roderick with that 3. That was his 4th 3 of the game. And Bethel inbounds, comes to Fellstool. Nolan comes back to Johnson, over to Nolan. And now Wiedrich. High post area, it's Gents. Jacob bounce pass, and now it's deflected. Otters fortunate that pass was going to have a hard time getting through. It did go off the Cardinals, so Fergus Falls will throw it in. Come into Nolan Felstool. Nolan swings it over to Wiedrich. 1-2-2 Cardinals zone defense. Extends out high. Felstool bounces it across to Bethel. Eston with 5 on the shot clock. Penetrating back out Felstool. Deep 3 right side. That's no good. And rebound goes to Miles Gray. He leads all rebounders in the game with 7. Skip pass. Cardinals swing it. Floating shot for Gray, and that is good. So Gray's in double figures with 10. That's 4 Cardinals in double digits tonight, and it's now 69-36 Alexandria with their biggest lead of the game. We are at the 10-minute mark to play. Cam Wiedrich penetrates, lobs it across. Johnson to Bethel. Back to Micah. He'll shoot the deep 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Ball tipped. Wiedrich saves it. Loose ball's picked up by Scholl, and here come the Cardinals. Lob pass underneath. Layup is missed by Gray. Gets it back. Couldn't get it to go. Kind of mishandled it, which caused the miss. And Jacob Jentz with a rebound for the Otters. Here's Micah Johnson spinning. Picks up his dribble. Back to Eston between the legs on the dribble. Drives knocked away. Reach and foul on the Cardinals. And Miles Gray gets his team third. He's the first player in the game to have 3 fouls. And Roderick is in. Hendricks will come out. Running Stitches is your local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. Felstool on the inbound. Now it goes to Bethel, short corner. Works his way in, puts it up from about 10 feet. No good. Mason Witt with his 5th rebound of the game for the Cardinals. And he will bring it into the front court. Lobs it over to Scholl. Bounce pass underneath. Gathering going up and drawing the foul is Starzl. Good seal by Starzl. Good pass by Scholl. And the Otters had nothing they could do except foul from that position. Grady Starzl, the junior, going to the line. We're looking for his first point of the game. 69-36, Alexandria with the lead. 9:17 to play in the game. And the free throw is no good off the heel. Starzl ready to go. And it's in the air, and it is good. First point of the game for Grady Starzl. Timeout here. We'll make it a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. And we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Otter boys basketball right after this.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Back here, Lake Region Healthcare timeout. And it's 70-36, Alexandria with a big lead. And Bethel on the drive, gathers off balance shot. Tough shot. Eston gets it to go. Really tough one on the baseline with his body heading out of bounds, and good touch by Eston. And he's got 13 in the game now. And on the drive, Roderick has it knocked away. And Cardinals will keep it. 8:59 to play in the game, and Starzl will inbound for Alexandria. He comes in, there's a slip, and the easy basket is good for Gray. Cardinals execute their inbounds perfectly. Otters looked like they probably paid too much attention to the shooter, and then the slip was right there for Gray, who now has a dozen in the game. And it's 72-38. Oh, it's Felstool over in the corner now. Micah Johnson, shot fake, left-hand drive, left-hand running shot from about 10 feet. Tough shot, no good. Mason Witt with a rebound for the Cardinals. Here's Mason Witt, step back, thinks about the 3, comes a Scholl on the wing into the post. Starzl working his way in, dumps it off, knocked away, and it's stolen by Wiedrich. The 5th Alexandria turnover of the game. And here comes Eston Bethel, left-hand drive, tough little fading shot. Tough shot is good by Bethel. Well, you play a good team like Alexandria, some of the shots you're going to have to make are tough. Essen's hit some tough ones tonight, and he's got 15 now to lead Fergus Falls, 72-40. Alexandria is up. Here is Mason Witt, top of the key, Scholl over to Roderick. Left-hand drive, spins left shoulder, tough shot, gets it to go, and he draws the foul. That was a tough move. Bethel did the best he could to fend him off, but he dribbled with his left hand towards the lane, spun back to his left shoulder, and taking the contact, putting in the basket. And Roderick now makes the free throw, and it's the biggest lead of the game for Alexandria at 75-40. That might put us in running time range as well, too, as we're now under that 9-minute mark. Roderick now with 25 in the game to lead all scorers. It's Gents with it on the left wing. Jacob, left-hand drive, comes back out over to Fellstool. Now Micah Johnson. Micah over to Bethel, but that pass is intercepted by Mason Witt, and the easy right-hand layup is good. Witt now with 19, 77-40 is the score. And it's Essen Bethel right-hand drive. Essen right to the hoop, off the glass, and good. Good drive there by Essen. He is athletic. He is tough to stop, even with all these athletic defensing up. Missing the shot, but drawing the foul is Mason Witt. As, yeah, we are in running clock mode, as the clock, even after the whistle blows, continues to run. That foul was on Eston Bethel, his second. Team fifth. And the free throw for Witt is good. He's up to 20 points now in the game. Scholl will come out. Thomas Hendricks is in for Alexandria. See if we can find an Otter girls update. Nothing new yet, anyway, as the second free throw is good by Witt. 21 in the game for Mason Witt. 79-42. Cardinals with the lead. Bethel over to Micah Johnson. Back to Eston. And here's Eston. Bounce pass to Gents. Looks straight at the basket. Knocked away and stolen here by the Cardinals. 17 Otter turnovers. Cardinals in transition. Beauty of a pass from Mason Witt to Hendricks, running the floor for the layup. And two. And it's 81-42 now. Eighth Cardinal in the game to score. There's Bethel in the lane, in and out, no good. Roderick with a rebound for Alexandria. And now Mason Witt, he'll shoot the deep three right side off the left side of the rim. Long rebound goes to Cam Wiedrich, who gets it to Micah Johnson. Micah over the timeline. Bounces it to Gents, back to Johnson. Cross to Wiedrich. Cardinals man-to-man defense here. They're not in that 1-2-2 off the turnover. I'm sorry, off the missed shot, I should say. And now there's a foul up top on Miles Gray. So Gray gets his fourth team foul. Max Jansen is back in for Alexandria as Starzl comes out. Otters have their original starting lineup on the floor. Fellstool, Bethel, Johnson, Gents, and Wiedrich. As Eston swings it to Wiedrich. Now Cam Wiedrich, over goes to Fellstool. Now Eston, one dribble left, shoots the three. Off the front of the rim, no good, and it's Mason Witt with his seventh rebound of the game for Alexandria. He'll pull up straight on. Three-pointer is good. 24 for Mason Witt. He's got 6 threes in the game. And it's now 84-42, biggest lead for the Cardinals. Micah Johnson, back out it comes to Fellstool. Spins back into the lane. Knocked away, comes over to Johnson, back to Nolan. He'll catch and fire the three. There's a three for Nolan Fellstool. He's got 11 second half points. Micah with his third assist of the game. And the Cardinals with it. They come across back to Mason Witt, top of the key. It's Gray, back to Witt. Witt working against Bethel. Comes over to Roderick. And here's Roderick. There's a back cut. Good pass. Easy layup is there for Hendricks. Roderick with his third assist. Hendricks now with 4 points. 86-45 Alexandria inside of 4 minutes of play. Bethel working his way in. Little fadeaway jumper is good. Eston Bethel, 19 in the game to lead the Otters. 86-47. And right side, it is Hendricks. Top of the key to Roderick. Now it comes to Jansen over to Hendricks, all the way across to Roderick. Thinks about the 3, drives the baseline, dumps it off very nicely in the easy bucket for Max Jansen. Good pass by Roderick, a couple of assists in the last 2 possessions, and it's 88-47. Cardinals with the lead. Johnson hands off to Bethel. Eston drives, contact, no, well, they did get the call there. A few moments after the fact. Mason Witt picks up his first 15. Cardinals are going to bring 5 new players in, as will the Otters, so we'll have to catch you up with all the new names on the floor. Try to start with the Otters. Kellen Funkhauser is in. Joel Nelson, freshman, is in the game. Also in, Kaya Abramson. Eli Fullhart is back in, and then Isaac Mock is back in. And it's a whole new crew for the Cardinals. Ty Miller is back in now. Otters turn it over. It's stolen by Miller. Graham Odlin into the game for the Cardinals. Also in is Levi Gibson. And with the ball, it was Ethan Bicey. And I'm going to work to get all these names down, as on the drive it's going to be tied up in a jump ball. Possession will stay with the Cardinals. Clock continues to move on the dead balls with the differential. 88-47. Alexandria with the lead. We are at the 2-minute mark to play. Also in, Barrett Amborn is in for Alexandria. 3 in the corner is no good by Miller. A rebound tipped out of bounds by the Otters. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Ball comes in to Alexandria. Gibson loses it, and it's stolen. Good steal there by Kellen Funkhauser. Cardinals 6th turnover of the game, and Joel Nelson brings it up for the Otters. We're at 1.5 to play. Nelson comes on the near side to Funkhauser. Kellen between the legs. Jump stop, backdoor cut. Good cut by Nelson. Reverse layup is good. Real nice pass there by Kellen Funkhauser. Good cut by Nelson. And Joel able to finish with the bucket. And it's 88-49. Alexandria on top. Bicey in the corner now. It comes to Odlin. Odlin, 1 dribble. Guarded by Abramson. It's Miller now. Hands off, 3-pointer. Bicey is up, no good. And it's tipped out of bounds. It went off of Amborn, and the Otters will get the ball, as we're now at 50 seconds to play in the game. And Nelson into the front court. Cardinals man-to-man defense. Hands it off to Mock. Mock left-hand dribble back to his right. All the way across it comes to Funkhauser. Kellen on the drive, jump stop. Looking for a teammate, brings it back to Nelson. Right-hand drive, Nelson spins. Turn, he's blocked by Gibson, and Gibson with a rebound for Alexandria. The Cardinals will bring it into the front court. Shot clock is off. It's Miller. Near side corner, Bicey. Cardinals swinging from side to side. Now Gibson. Over to Miller. And Miller comes over to Amborn, and now the Cardinals will let the clock run out. And that'll do a dominant performance tonight by the Alexandria Cardinals, as they win it tonight over the Fergus Falls Otters in the Central Lakes Conference matchup. Final score on our Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard: Alexandria 88, Fergus Falls 49. As the Cardinals improved to 16-5 on the season, 13-1 in Central Lakes Conference play. Otters fall to 8-15 and 6-9 in Central Lakes Conference play. So we are going to take a break. We'll come back with our postgame show here on Channel 977 FM. Cardinals over the Otters in boys basketball. Back with our postgame show in just a moment.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe, with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
And we're back here at the post-game show in Alexandria. And Cardinals flexed their muscles tonight. They were tough, and knew they were going to be tough, but they really came out shooting the basketball when you have a team that's a great team anyway, but they light it up, and they did. They had 9 threes in the first 9.5 minutes of the game. They ended up with 14 threes in the game, jumped out to a 17-1 lead, and quickly had it. I believe it was a 29-point first half lead, and 49-22 at the half. Otters, the closest they got in the second half, they got it down to 20. It was 54-34 at one point in the second half, but then the Cardinals got going, turned the Otters over a bit, got their offense going, and finished it off with an 88-49 win here from Alexandria. And Cardinals now 16-5, Otters 8-15 on the year. Cardinals look like they're on their way. Yeah, they might even have they probably even have it clinched up, another Central Lakes Conference championship. They improved to 13-1 in CLC play. Otters fall to 6-9 in CLC play. Take a look at the stats here as the Cardinals gathering around Gavin Roderick down there, getting his picture as he scored, the junior, scored his 1,000th career point tonight. That happened in the first half. And Gavin Roderick, he led all scorers in the game tonight with 25 points. He had 32 against the Otters in Fergus Falls on January 8th. Roderick with 25 points in the game tonight. He had 4 threes. Mason Witt put on a shooting exhibition at one stretch in the first half. He ended up with 24. He had 6 threes in the game, and he had one stretch where he had 3 threes on 3 consecutive possessions from good 23, 24, 25 feet. The lefty sharpshooter. Also in double figures, Talon Witt had 14. He had 7 of the Cardinals' first 9 points. 12 for Miles Gray. The Cardinals had 4 players in double figures. It was 5 points for Max Jansen, 2 for Thomas Henricks, 3 for Blake Scholl, and 1 point for Grady Starzl. As the Cardinals were led on the boards, Miles Gray had 8, Mason Witt had 7, and it was 5 rebounds for Thomas Henricks. And the assists for the Cardinals, 4 for Gavin Roderick, and then 2 assists apiece for 3 assists for Talon Witt, and 2 assists apiece for Grady Starzl and Mason Witt. On the Otters side, it was Eston Bethel, had 19 points to lead Fergus Falls. Eston had 11 in the first, 8 in the second. Jacob Jensen double figures with 13. Nolan Felstuhl had a real nice second half. He had all of his 11 points in the second half, including 3 3-point field goals. It was 4 for Micah Johnson and 2 points for Joel Nelson. I had Eli Fullhart doing a nice job on the boards. He and Jacob Jentz leading the Otters with 6 rebounds each, and it was 5 rebounds each for Micah Johnson and Nolan Felstuhl. And then I had Eston Bethel and Micah Johnson leading the Otters in assists with 3 assists each tonight. Cardinals out-rebounded Fergus Falls 35-28. 6 turnovers for Alexandria, 18 turnovers for the Otters. Alexandria 33 field goals in the game. 14 of those were from 3. They got 6 from Mason Witt. They got 4 from Gavin Roderick. They got 2 from Talon Witt, and 1-3 each for Blake Scholl and Max Jansen. Cardinals were 8 for 10 from the line. Otters with 20 total field goals tonight. They had 3 threes, all of them in the second half, and all of them from Nolan Fellstuhl. And Fergus Falls was 6 for 7 from the line. Cardinals never trailed in the game, and they win it 88-49 on our Park Region scoreboard. So we'll take one final timeout. When we come back, we will name our quality player of the game, sponsored by Quality Toyota Lake Country Graphics. Try to get some scoring updates as well. Cardinals over the Otters in boys basketball. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with our quality player and to wrap things up after this.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Sure. Oh, yep. And we're back here at Alexandria. It's our post-game show. And Alexandria over the Fergus Falls Otters in boys basketball, 88-49, the final score tonight. Let's name our quality player of the game. Sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics for screen printing and embroidery on custom apparel with the best in personal service around. Contact Lake Country Graphics at 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. That's 998-4027, 998-4027. Lake Country Graphics. Our quality player of the game tonight for the Otters is 5'10" sophomore guard Eston Bethel. Eston led the Otters in in points and assists tonight. He had 19 points, and mentioned some of the top shots Eston hit tonight. They're pretty difficult variety. One that he had to have a nice touch going, kind of flying out of bounds and attacking the basket, and the Cardinals were giving him a lot of attention, whether it was in man-to-man or that zone, and he had to work for him. Had some tough shots tonight. He was the Otters' most consistent scoring threat. And he and Micah Johnson also led the Otters in assists in the game tonight with 3 assists with my unofficial tally. 3 for 4 from the line. Eston had 11 points in the first half, 8 in the second. His 19 points tonight matched his average coming into the game. And Eston Bethel, 5'10", sophomore guard. He is tonight's quality player of the game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. So with that, Otters' next game is Thursday. They will be at home against Sauk Rapids Rice. We'll have coverage of that over on our sister station, News Talk 1250 KBRF. That'll be Nick Keel taking the call on that one. 7 o'clock pregame, 7:15 tip-off. Cardinals, they go on the road in a CELC matchup at Brainerd. And let's take a look at scores here. See if I got any new Otter girls basketball updates. It looks like I have not. Well, let's take one more look here, see if the app has updated. Oh, yep, there it is. The Otter girls, tough second half, it looks like, as they fall to Alexandria. 52-32 was the final in that one. So the Otter girls, they were leading towards the latter part of the first half, but looks like the Cardinals cranked up their defense and beat Fergus Falls tonight at the Gold Gym in Fergus Falls, 52-32. Let's take a look at what boys basketball scores we can track down here. It was Border West winning at Ashby tonight, 82-59. Pelican Rapids wins at Park Rapids, 72-63. Breckenridge is winning on the road at Barnesville early second half, 60-41. Underwood all over Battle Lake, 80-46. That one was in Battle Lake. Perham wins at home at the Hive over Norman County East Ulen Hitterdall, 75-65. And late, 1 minute or so left in the game in Fergus Falls at Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. The Comets are leading West Central area. 71-58 is where that one is at. And then Frazee leading Hawley in Frazee at the half, 34-29. Now on the girls basketball side, Class A basketball, Lake Park Audubon wins at home over Battle Lake 69-36. Henning loses at home to Brandon Evansville 69-39. And one of the marquee matchups tonight was two of the top teams in Section 6A. And our most recent update was at halftime, Breckenridge was leading Underwood in Breckenridge, 41-28 was the score there. West Central area at Montevideo in the second half, leading big 70-16 was the score. Pelican Rapids wins at home against Wadena Deer Creek, 59-47. And Perham was home against Thief River Falls. No scoring update there. And I think that's all we got here tonight. We got plenty of updates there anyway. Still haven't gotten an update on the hockey game. The Otter hockey team at home in the playoffs against Wilmer. Mark Johnson's covering that one over on KJ Country. You can tune into that one. So that's a roundup on the scores. And Otters in action next. The Otter boys in action next on Thursday at home against Sauk Rapids Rice. We'll have coverage of that on News Talk 1250 KBRF. So that'll do it for us here tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in, whether you listen on Channel 977 FM or watched on the live stream on the KBRF YouTube channel or the Fergus Now app. Thanks for tuning in as the Otters fall tonight, 88-49 to the Alexandria Cardinals. Otters now 8-15 on the year. Cardinals improve to 17-5. So that will do it. Thanks so much to Dave Bishop. Great job on the live stream and the production for the people watching at home. And this is Jason Retzloff signing off from Alexandria High School. We thank you for listening or watching to Otter Boys Basketball on Channel 977 FM.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otter Tail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's, American Federal Bank, FM Bank, Service Food, Unsted Plumbing and Heating, Splash Express, American Legion Post number 30, Lake Country Graphics, LB Homes, and by Running Stitches. We hope you enjoyed tonight's sports streaming presentation. You can find this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com and clicking on sports streaming, the KBRF Radio YouTube channel, and on